Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right. Got some more basketball talk. And here's the thing. LeBron James fans say they say so many weird things that it makes, I think I said this before, it makes me want to make more videos about the guy. Like, you know what? I do have a mind that leans towards conspiracy theories. And something when like you hear like Too Raw talking about the La Media and shit like that. Like my ears perk up, right? I'm ready to hear it out. Like, what does he mean? Now, is it as grand as he's saying? Maybe, maybe not. But there's certain instances, like the video we're about to watch, where I'm like, is this all some sort of like concerted effort to? I don't know, man. Take everything I'm saying here with a grain of salt, and the theory I'm gonna put behind this video, like take it with a grain of salt. Like I could definitely be way, way wrong, and I'd be just looking too much into it or something. But it's like this video seems like an attempt to protect the bubble title with the with the LA Lakers and LeBron James. Like JJ Redick's going to bring up some scenarios. JJ, who's now working with LeBron on this podcast, that people keep telling me is strictly about X's and O's. I'm hearing weird narratives that are popping out of these things. Unless you're a numbbrain, you don't notice them. About how he's just like the basketball sports prodigy, and he's smarter than his teammates in the NBA and shit at 8 years old. Like, I don't know how you didn't hear that shit, but that's for Legends of Winning. That guy who's like, and who annoys the fuck out of me for some reason. But, but yeah, this video with JJ Redick, he's gonna bring up some scenarios, and there'll be one scenario that sticks out that does not line up with the other ones. This is about the idea of luck. Like, is there such thing as a lucky NBA championship? Maybe you can see where he's going to go with that, but either way, let's react to this. But before I hit play, Anthony, do you think there's any sense of, is there any merit to me in my conspiracy mind about seemingly caping and capping for LeBron James? It's like kind of boosts his legacy a bit. Like people saying weird things to like kind of boost him up.
Well, I come from the angle that he himself looks to do that.
Seemingly so.
So, and he's like I don't know, like what I guess recency bias comes into effect too. Like even like I was on the radio, like somebody was like, "Oh, they saw him play at the Barclays yesterday," and they were like, "Oh, he dropped 40. Oh, it's so amazing." It's like no doubt he had a good game in it, but it's just it's I don't know, it's the euphoric thing of this guy's a certain age.
Yeah.
He's still scoring, but there's no context behind why he's scoring.
Exactly.
And that may sound like sour grapes, but I guarantee you I can back it up.
Yeah.
Why I think to a degree like he's able to do what he's doing, and some things are he is actually talented. I'm not going to say it's a gimmick.
True.
But there's just other aspects like the longevity thing. The game's not as physical, and he is like one of the most physical players in the league. Like that's how his game has always been grunt work.
Yeah.
And predominantly, that's how he's going to get his points. And there's no one really there's no enforcers. There's no like, in my estimation, there's no real 4 or 5 forwards anymore.
I agree. Even your top shot blockers like Wembanyama are still like sticks, skin and bones.
Yeah, they can still get pushed by him. Yeah,
that's not Tim Duncan waiting for you at the rim or Shaquille O'Neal. It's a skinny dude you can probably bowl over, even though he has length.
There's no David Robinson, none of these guys.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this. JJ Redick's going to explain to us that there is no such thing as a lucky championship, which I think, in my opinion, in my faraway conspiracy, take it with a grain of salt opinion, is in a way to help the LeBron bubble title, which is kind of But here we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Islands in the League, our exclusive YouTube series presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. In this episode, I will be talking about luck in the NBA as it relates to winning a championship.
Get rid of this music.
I will
JJ.
also be continuing our Build Around series. This time, I'll be building around Shaq. And finally, as always, we'll be joined by our resident sports betting expert, Josh Applebaum. All right, this is Islands in the League. Let's get it. Everybody always talks about luck in the NBA. Oh, this
is about basketball talk. And then at the end of the episode, we'll have some bet gambling picks for you.
Bet 360 guy.
All right, there we go.
team was lucky to win. This player is lucky to have a championship. This
Hey, sorry, I have to pause again. As you can see, NBA champions with an asterisk. Asterisk. He's gonna fuck the word up too. Whatever. Like who, as far as people who are talking about basketball currently, like who do they put the asterisk on, bro? When it comes to NBA championships, it's the LeBron bubble, and it's the only one I ever hear of. I don't hear about any other title having an asterisk
No
next
other
to it.
title has an asterisk. No, the fucking they didn't put an asterisk on what was it, the '99 Spurs one where there was a lockout?
A lockout year, yes.
Yeah, there's no asterisk on that. What was the lockout year in 2012? Who won that one? Was it the Miami Heat?
The Heat won in 2012. I don't think that was a lockout year, though, was it?
Was it the year before? Was it the Mavericks, I think?
The Mavericks one? Was that a lockout year? I don't think so.
There was a lockout year in 2010, 2011, 2012. One of those years.
Okay.
They didn't start the season until Christmas.
Shit. I don't know what year that was.
I feel like it was the
You might mention it.
2012. I think it was 2012, 2013, if I'm not mistaken. But
Okay.
anyway, either way, there has never been an asterisk assigned to a championship by the general public until 2020 bubble. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Even most people watching this would have a hard time, even if they're LeBron fans. They've heard the narrative.
Yeah. And you could
I don't
probably
even call it a narrative. It's kind of a fact. If you give Anthony Davis 3 months off, and certain teams had players that didn't want to play, like, what would you call that?
I think the baseball one was an asterisk too. I like the baseball championship.
Yeah, the Dodgers. Yeah.
When you have fucking, was it like cardboard cutouts of fans in the fucking crowd and shit during a season? Like,
Well, they only played.
it doesn't feel
they
the
only
same.
played 60 regular season games.
Yeah, that's like a, yeah. But either way, the point is, if you hear an NBA fan say a championship with an asterisk, they mean that fucking year. They mean the bubble year, bro. That's the only year I can think of them possibly talking about. So this is why, do you see the wheel spinning of my conspiracy brain?
Yeah.
Like I said, grain of salt, but I'm like, huh. All right, let's let him continue, because he's not even going to mention them until like the very end of the segment, which is the weird, another weird thing. But here we go.
player's lucky to have 4 championships. You can put an asterisk. Asterisk.
I can't do it either, JJ.
Asterisk. You can put an asterisk next to nearly any NBA championship. I'm sorry, you can. This is just the nature of the sport, right?
Interesting.
Basketball,
What a
so
take,
often
JJ.
is looked at for a singular play.
Is that
making
not
the
weird, man?
difference.
What the?
When in reality, basketball is about the aggregate of a series of plays, hundreds sometimes of plays
Holy shit.
that come down to whether or not a team wins a game or wins a series. And let's not forget about injuries. Lose a star player for 1 or 2 games, in a
Never
series,
taken
or
into account of an
potentially
asterisk.
entire playoff run. Well, is that luck? I don't know. You still have to play the basketball game. I think about this in my own career a little bit.
Listen, JJ, like we take those into account. When KD gets hurt, right, and Kawhi wins the championship with the Toronto Raptors, like I don't put an asterisk next to that one at all. Like, yeah, he got injured, and the only thing that hurt, it doesn't take away from the championship itself, what it takes away from is the idea of the guy's quote unquote legacy of like did he like beat the best version of the Warriors? Like if the Warriors were the best team and he beat them, but they weren't exactly the best team or they weren't exactly their best version because KD was whatever, right, towards Achilles or some shit like that. Right? It's like it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Makes a large difference.
Same thing with Kyrie.
Yes. When the Warriors beat the fucking beat the Cavaliers, like he didn't have K Love, he didn't have Kevin Love, and Kyrie was out after game 1. So it's like yeah, we don't take away the championship from the fucking Warriors, but we also we don't hey, you didn't beat the best version of that Cavs team at all. Like sorry. Just like when Draymond gets kicked out of a game in 2 games or whatever the fuck, right, where he gets suspended for a game. Like, oh, like, yeah, you beat them. And that doesn't take away your championship at all. You earned your championship. But it's like, was that the team thing happening? So, like...
Yo, I'm back, niggas.
Oh, my God. We're recording a video, just so you know.
Go, fam.
Let me get on camera and unzip my pants.
Whoa.
Yeah, boy.
Actually...
Give me some real content, something you could actually discuss.
Listen, I'll make money off you, bro. I'll close my eyes, hit record, and put on OnlyFans. Make some money.
You'd be a millionaire faster than you could blink.
All right. Either way, like, so yeah, like, sorry, injuries aren't going to take away a championship from someone. That's just injuries happen. It's a sport. It happens. But all right, here we go. Sorry for pausing, guys, so many times.
2009, the one year I played in the NBA Finals with the Orlando Magic. Ultimately, we lost to Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers in 5 games. I think about that playoff run a lot. There were 2 different buzzer beaters in our series against the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round. Glenn Davis hit a buzzer beater to beat us during our Boston series in the second round. Turkoglu hit a game winner in game 1 of the conference finals. LeBron hit a buzzer beater to beat us in game 2. Rashard Lewis hit a miraculous 3-pointer off an inbounds play to get us to overtime in a game we won against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I think about injuries. Kevin Garnett missed that entire playoff run for the Boston Celtics. We played the defending champions, the Boston Celtics, in the second round, and they didn't have Kevin Garnett. But at no point in time did we feel lucky that we made the NBA Finals. We still had to play the games. And then in the finals, we got destroyed in game 1 in Los Angeles. Game 2, we played a lot better, had a chance to win it in regulation. Courtney Lee missed a layup. Was that lucky on the Lakers' part? I actually don't think so. We executed a
How are you
great
comparing
play from
these
Sam Van
scenarios?
Gundy. Courtney Lee was in a position to score. Pau Gasol recognized what was happening and made a fantastic play on the ball to contest and alter Courtney Lee's shot. That wasn't luck. That was basketball. We win game 3. We go to game 4. Game 4, we're up 5 with under a minute to go. At home, a chance to tie the series. And this is back when the series were 2-3-2. We had another home game in game 5. What happens? We miss a free throw. Kobe Bryant gets a rebound, dribbles down, makes an insane pass to Pau Gasol, who dunks the basketball, 87-84. We don't score again. They take the ball out of bounds. Derek Fisher hits a shot, a 3-pointer over Jameer Nelson to send the game into overtime. We lose. We're down 3-1. Kobe closes us out in game 5. There was nothing about that sequence that felt lucky to anyone. The Lakers weren't lucky that Courtney Lee missed the layup. The Lakers weren't lucky that Derek Fisher hit a 3. The Lakers weren't lucky that we missed a free throw. That's part of basketball. It's not luck.
Yeah.
The game requires so much. I lived it a little bit too in 2015 with the Clippers. You know, we were up 3-1 against the Houston Rockets, and we blew that series.
Anthony, are you asking yourself yet, why the fuck is he saying all of this shit right now? Like, who called it luck, and why are you, like, why is he saying all of this? I don't even get the point of this segment so far. Until we get to the end. Then it might make, like, my conspiracy mind going off. Like, then it might make sense of why he's doing this segment. Because right now it's like, Yeah, we know it's not luck when someone hits a game-winning jump shot, or the other team being unlucky. It's like, no, the team won from hitting a game-winning jump shot. Like, yeah, we know that. Like, duh. Like, what was this whole point of that thing? If he made that layup, we would have won. We were unlucky. Like, no, he missed the layup, man. Or someone played hard defense and contested him. Like, it's not about luck at that. It's just it's a skill issue, right? Someone made that shot or someone missed that shot. Skill issue. That's it. So it's like, why is he even saying any of this? Maybe we'll find out. Let me hit
Maybe.
Maybe. You're going to say something? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that. Yeah, maybe. We'll find out.
Yeah, maybe. All right, here we go.
Collectively blew that series. Houston Rockets went on to lose in the Western Conference Finals to the Golden State Warriors. And when the Golden State Warriors got to the finals against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, guess what? Kevin Love was hurt. Kyrie Irving ended up getting hurt. And it was an undermanned team that ended up losing to the Golden State Warriors. But the Warriors weren't lucky to win a championship. It's just not luck. They still had to play the games. My point is, I think it's very easy to point to a specific play. 2021, Kevin Durant, toe on the line in Game 7. If he was wearing my size sneaker, the Brooklyn Nets would have advanced to the conference finals. And maybe the big three of Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden would have a championship in Brooklyn. But that's basketball. Again, he made a move. He happened to be on the line. It's not luck. It's the game.
No, see, you saying he happened to be like, you're calling that luck. Like, no, he didn't just happen to be like, he fucked up.
Yeah.
He fucked up and was on the fucking line. Skill issue. KD's fucking a great offensive player. He's a great player in general, if you ask me. But
he is a great player, and he's hard to freaking guard because of that wingspan that he has and the pullback.
Yes.
Friggin', it's difficult to freaking even try to block him once he takes off for a shot.
Exactly. He was a fucking like kind of a cheat code in a way. His size to be able to shoot a jump shot, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that wingspan. Even Kobe said it. Kobe's like, he was able to handle him because he wasn't able to shoot with the off the left. But he's like, once he got the rhythm for it, he's like, he had no way around him.
Yeah. Or like even like a Dirk Nowitzki, like a 7-footer, like a guy who can shoot fadeaways at 7 feet.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you're not blocking that shot, bro. Like, good luck.
That's good. Yeah, especially when they have the pullback with the fade. Like you can't do nothing with that. It's an automatic like.
If they make it. Yeah, there's no stopping them.
Yeah, but you realistically can't do nothing because when they pull back for that fade, they're at least 2 feet away from your reach automatic. Like, unless your hand grows like freaking Michael Jordan in Space Jam when he does that last dunk, you ain't doing nothing with that. It's like freaking Anthony said, if they miss, they miss. But there's nothing you could do. You can just pray that they miss.
Yes. And actually, some of the rule changes of you can't be underneath shooters when they shoot. The whole like the Kawhi rule, where he like fucked his ankle up under Pachulia because he landed on.
All this shit, bro.
By the way, they were beating the fuck out of the Warriors too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, who knows what happens to the Spurs? Fucking Zaza doesn't do that.
It's a lucky championship by the Warriors that year. But yeah, this like he didn't get behind the line. It like that happens. Like it's like that's like up to skill to be able to get past line. It's up to idea of stamina or what's the better word for that? Endurance to fucking withstand injuries and be able to keep playing through them, or I guess like the LeBron thing of being able to stay healthy. You know, and avoid major injuries and shit like that. Like that's a part of the game.
LeBron was using HGH, dog. that hormone recovery. Why do you think his hair fell off? He wasn't doing anything. He was using that shit to recover fast. Like, yo, Jordan, real talk. You know, after 28.
Same thing about Jordan, Chip. They said the same thing about Jordan.
Who? Michael Jordan?
years.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. The hair loss is not a great argument for steroids or HGH. It's not.
No, but he lost his like fucking in his 20s. Jordan had all his hair in his 20s.
That
If you've
does
seen the
not
doc-
matter. I'm telling you, that doesn't matter.
I would say, yeah,
We're dealing with new technologies
All
of
right.
chemicals.
Okay, fine. I lose this argument. No argument about it. I lost it. Then, if you're saying it in that terms, I've lost it. I'm not gonna argue with it. But realistically, like after 28, your body's not recovering as a conditioned athlete as fast as freaking that, especially your muscles and your joint. It doesn't matter who the hell you are, dog. The only person that they've stated that might have an insane recovery is that guy from the UFC that they welded his spine and his neck.
Who?
The Ramirez guy from Cuba, the fighter in the UFC.
Well, Romero.
Oh, Yoel Romero.
Yeah. When he broke his eye socket and it was immediately healing, and they were like, "What the fuck is this guy?" And the doctor was like, "No, well, apparently he was part of some shit with the Cuban government was experimenting on him."
Fuck. I don't fucking know.
Real talk, dog. Because they wanted to know. They're like, a man just broke his fucking orbital bone in his face and it's reconstructing itself. And that was coming from the UFC doctor, because the doctor called Dana White and said, "Where the fuck did you find this guy? Like, you don't understand. This guy's orbital bone is healing already."
He's Wolverine, that's why.
Yeah.
Or he's a werewolf, one or the other. But all right, let's get back on topic. I don't want this to go too long. But yeah, these are not incidences of I wouldn't call it luck, right? It's earned and lost, straight up. Like, but there is one scenario that I think there is room for asterisks next to it, bro. In NBA when it comes to NBA championships, man. But we'll let JJ keep spelling. Here we go.
Game. Even within that series, Kyrie Irving sprains an ankle. James Harden is coming off a hamstring injury that he suffered early in that series. The Milwaukee Bucks, of course, go on to win the NBA championship. And then this past season, Giannis gets injured early in game 1 of the Miami Heat series. And everybody points to that. Hell, he missed 2.5 games. He missed 2.5 games. The Heat were lucky. The Heat were lucky to win that series. Were they? Or did Jimmy Butler go crazy? Were they? Or did Max Strus and all of the Miami Heat shooters go ballistic? Did they shoot above what they had shot in the regular season? Were they a better team than they were in the regular season? And damn it, I lived it again in 2019. Kawhi Leonard. That wasn't a lucky shot. There was nothing lucky about that. He didn't get a lucky bounce. Kawhi Leonard has a certain shot trajectory. Kawhi Leonard has a certain rotation on his basketball when he shoots it. He hit the rim perfectly. It's a shot I'd seen him make before. He had beat Portland earlier that season on that same shot. Now, it didn't bounce 5 times. It only bounced once. But that's Kawhi Leonard being Kawhi Leonard. And, of course, the Raptors, they go on to win the NBA championship. Klay Thompson gets hurt. Kevin Durant gets hurt. There was nothing.
I forgot Klay was hurt, too.
They still had to play the game. They still had to beat a champion. I mean, I could point to a specific play or a specific injury in nearly every playoff run that benefited one team and hurt another. This is the NBA. This is basketball. There was nothing lucky about LeBron James winning an NBA championship in the bubble in 2020. There was nothing lucky about Luka Doncic leading the Dallas Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals.
Now, hold on.
Why would you compare those two?
You tell me the difference between, oh, this guy got hurt or that guy got hurt versus a worldwide fucking pandemic, bro. To where, like, this is not like the league. This is not the NBA anymore, like, at this point. The Disney bubble? Was that the NBA? Yeah. That's such a giant transformation of what the league normally is, that whole season. Where it's like, yeah, that wasn't really like an NBA season. It's not like a lockout to where guys are healthy and they can play, but contract disputes or players association disputes with the league or whatever. Right? This is like global pandemic that's shutting down the season, and then okay, we'll come back because we need to make our money and shit like that. But some teams are just not even don't even want to do this. Players don't want to do this. Clippers were like bottomed out. I think like they were like, no, we're not. Half the teams like, we're not even gonna fucking really play, bro. Like it wasn't the same, bro. So like, I don't understand the. Yeah. There's no home and away. Like what the fuck?
Well, yeah, everything's on a neutral site. Yeah, there's no.
Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not gonna say like them winning against those guys. I'm not gonna call it lucky, but does that season deserve an asterisk? Yes. Like, come on. Like that is it's not little things where a guy just got hurt here or there, or they missed the first 20 and they start the season late to where like they're actually in basketball rhythm and there's a good enough sample size to decide who's in the playoffs and who's not. Then you play your fucking playoff games. This is like mid-season shit, isn't it? Like mid-season, they're like, okay, season done. Let's stop the season. Okay, now let's restart it again. And a lot of there's players protesting it. There's players that like get the sniffles, like, oh, get them out of here, quarantine this fool. Like, come on, man. And then they play the entire playoffs all in one little area, like no home and aways, no nothing like that. So it's like, like come on, man. Like, come on. That season's like, eh. And I think because, like I said, he's not directly like focusing on the bubble year and like talking about it for 20 minutes about the fucking bubble year. But let's be honest, what season out of all these other things stand out? What scenario stands out compared to Kevin Durant twisted his ankle and missed a series? Like that's way different than. Yeah, we had a global pandemic and there's a zombie attack and we shut down and play. There's World War III going on outside. We had the shit. Like that's a different thing, completely different. Like, would you put an asterisk if a war broke out and half the players joined the fucking military, and so like all the best players are in fucking wherever, Iran or some shit, like fighting a war? That'd be different, right?
They won't be fighting any war, my man. They be sending missiles straight to them. Anybody going to war right now? Yo, I don't think anybody learned anything. It's how stupid they are, buddy. They're sending missiles to your location. GPS is a thing. Like, get it real, homeboy. While you go into base suiting up, they're getting your GPS coordinates and sending a ballistic missile to your spot.
Yeah, LeBron's suiting up, bro. He's gonna go to the Middle East, start dunking on people to end the war.
Yeah, don't worry. The biggest target on the field. Hey, you see that, man? What? That's a big motherfucker, man. The target practice, man. These niggas run fast, but they ain't faster than these bullets.
But yeah, like, come on, this season clearly stands out, and I think I understand people putting an asterisk on it, and I do myself as well. That wasn't like a real NBA season. There's like, you can only say like the first half of the season or something like that. Not even like when did the whole like lockdown thing start happening?
When Rudy Gobert started touching.
No, but like time period. Do we know? Is that like February or something?
March? Like March or April. Yeah.
There's like a first half of the season, then the stretch of the season is the one where like everything got fucked up. Probably the most important part of the season, if you can't tell by a guy like Jimmy Butler, who's been to a bunch of finals recently, where it's like, yeah, his season almost doesn't even start till the stretch part of the season, right?
Yeah.
So, come on, JJ. I'm not gonna play any more of it because I think it's only like a couple seconds more, anyways. But like you get JJ's point, and honestly, it's Where's Waldo of a discussion here. Like something clearly stands out here. Don't you see this? Like this one's like glaringly standing out compared to all the examples he just brought up, right?
Yeah.
Like come on. Like he could have brought up he could have brought up referee calls. He could have brought up fucking the lockout season. He didn't bring up the lockout seasons, and still, even with those circumstances, they don't match up in regards to like how the season, how his NBA season got so fucked up by this pandemic thing. Like they still don't match up to that thing. So it's like it's just a weird. Like why'd you make this video? Like I'm conspiracy wheels going off. Like why'd you make this video? Was it someone on social media telling you like, oh, they got lucky that this guy was injured? It's like, do you really? Does it warrant you talking for 7 minutes about it? And like, does it? I don't believe that, man. But that's once again grain of salt. Grain of salt, LeBron fans. I'm conspiracy minded. Forgive me. I just looked at it as when I saw it recommended and I watched it. I just considered it it's just a weird looking video. Anything you guys want to say before I end this video?
Well, I mean, it's like, well, think about it. It's his show. He put some thought in it, and it's like, so why would you premeditately think about this topic? And then you're telling me, well, just to be fair, there's what is there like, there's minutes left after he made that assumption? Is there are you saying there's like less than a minute left in the video?
There's like seconds left because he's gonna go on to his doing his fantasy team thing.
So that's super weird. Like you spent time on Kobe against the Magic. You spent time on several other topics, and at the very end, you throw that in.
Yeah, where's the detailed analysis of that bubble season to show why it's not lucky?
Why didn't you go through that and tell me like, oh, maybe it's too close to home. He couldn't do that.
It's like, yeah, JJ, go over all the details of that bubble season and then explain how.
It might be too heavy-handed. It'd be too underhanded if he did that. If he like tried to justify any more than just like say it in passing.
Funny world. Funny basketball world. Anything else? Chip, you want to say something? If you're there, he's muted.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right. Yeah. Interesting segment from JJ Redick. That appears to the outside observer just out of nowhere, but my conspiracy mind. Sorry, it clicks in. All right, there's our reaction. JJ Redick telling us how there is no such thing as a lucky championship, and there are no asterisks when it comes to NBA championships. Even if the zombie apocalypse happens, it doesn't matter.
I hope I turn into one of those Omega level zombies like in Resident Evil. I want to be like, who was the guy?
Yeah, what's his name?
Genesis?
Yeah, right? The big bald dude?
Yeah, Genesis.
With like a rocket launcher arm or some shit. Like,
yeah. A chain link gun on my arm.
The Uber zombie.
Rocket launcher on the back. Come through like bionic Iron Man. 10 feet tall.
Oh, man. All right. There's our reaction. Thank you, JJ Redick, for this. Later.